There are two ways to upload or enter student data. The first one, if you haven't uploaded any student data and you have a lot of students to upload, we would start with import. You can either enter import here on the blue menu bar or choose import from these forms items. Next to student data, on the far right, we're going to click on column layout and descriptions. This is going to tell us how to prepare our file to upload or import. The most important thing to know first off is that each file must be saved as a comma separated values file or a CSV file. We will not accept any other type of file, so it cannot be an Excel or a Word file. The first thing you would want to do is scroll down to where it says column name. All of your column names are entered here, and you should enter them on the very first line of your file. So student ID is the first one. That would go here. State school ID. These need to be entered in the exact order and in the exact text as they appear under column name. You can't skip any. If you didn't have any middle names and you skip that column name, then everything would move over and it wouldn't come out properly. After you've entered all of the column names in the exact order, you can start entering your data. The data descriptions are here, or the column description definitions are here in the middle. So the first one is your SAU, your school administrative unit. That's your student's ID. And then the state school ID would be the ID for your school. The next one would be your student ID, which is also your MEDMS ID. This is 9 digits. So it shows you down here what's allowed for that field. There are 7 ethnicity and race columns. We need to include each one of these. Please use an N for no, a capital N, and a capital Y for yes. If there's some information that you don't know or that you don't have access to at the time when you're uploading this file, it's okay, just leave that section blank. Once you finish creating your CSV file, you can go ahead and upload it. So you would return to the import screen and click on Import Upload New File next to where it says Student Data. You would choose an import type, which is, if this is the first time you're uploading your student data, you would want to click on Add New Data. Click Browse. This will upload a screen on your a browser window, and you would choose your file and click Open. After you've done that, you would click Upload File. After you've uploaded your file, the data will need to be staged and will need to have approval before the final upload to the system. So it won't be uploaded immediately. You won't be able to see your information immediately. Now that we've uploaded our main portion of our student data, I will show you how we can upload individual students. If you have a few extra that have come in, first you would want to choose your school. You can choose that here or here. Once you've chosen your school, you will see all your students' names in the courses, activities, etc., and all their MEDMS IDs. To add an individual student, go to Students, and then Add a Student. There are 3 questions on this page, and you will need to answer each one in order for this to be successful. So you would want to enter their student ID or their MEDMS ID here. This would be a 9-digit number, but I'm only adding 3 because this is a test. Enter the student's year of graduation. And is this student eligible for Gear Up? Once you enter that information, it'll be brought to this screen, which is the active student menu. You would want to enter the student's name, and any other information that you would like to enter at this point, you can do so. You can enter their date of birth, their gender, etc. Make sure that there's a grade in here, and then that's the grade that your student's in. If you need to check the expected year of graduation, you could do so here. And click Post Student Data. Once you do that, you will see on the active student menu that he's there. Now the other thing you can do is from the home screen, you can choose active student menu. You can choose to update any of these group forms for the students. So we're going to choose active student menu, and then we're going to choose student info. This brings us back to the same screen that we were just on the active student menu. And here you can update anybody's information or change anybody's information. If you want to go through each student, you can do so using this menu at the top right, and you can click on a different student and click Next Student, and it will take you to that student and their information. We're going to return home to the home screen, and these group forms for students are where we can update all of the students at the same time. So if we wanted to update their first year of graduation, we could do so here, as well as their projected year of graduation. Students eligible for Gear Up. Just make sure you click Post Update after you change all of these so that it will save. Gear Up required info. You can change any of this information using the drop-down menus or checking the radio buttons. Click Post Update. Medim's ID, you can change these numbers here. The parents' information. This is for their contact information, their phone number, address, etc. School year data. This is where you would mark the children as either being graduated, promoted, retained, etc. You could change each one as needed. And also unexcused absences, and then click Post Update, and it will change them all. Now we're going to look at Gear Up activities. So first thing we're going to do is pick a school. I'm going to pick Pine Valley High School. And once you pick a school, you will see that Gear Up activity shows up on the blue menu bar. If you click on that, and then choose a category with an objective plan from the menu, and we're going to set up a new activity. This is for graduation. So we click on Set Up a New Activity, and then we would enter a name for the activity and choose a service provided, and then a description. We would choose the school year and the start date. If this is a one-day event, we can leave the second date, the ending date for this service, we can leave that blank. And we're going to enter a number of sessions for this activity and a number of hours per session for the activity. Once we click Post Update, it will show us all of the names of the students in our school. And if we want to select students, we can either select them individually, or if we select the box next to the grade, it will select all the students in that grade. If we wanted to select all but 2 of the students in grade 12, we would click this box and then click Post Update, and it would select everybody. Then you can unclick this box and unclick the students that you don't, the two that you don't want. Click Post Update. And that's the easiest way to do that. The total service hours for all participants is the total hours per session times per person, which would be 90 in this case. If we choose parent-student awareness as one of our activities, on this activity it not only shows the names of the students, but it also shows the names of the parents that we have set up previously. If you don't have a parent set up for this child or the student, it will say set up the parents, and you will have to go back. If you want to include this student and this parent, you will have to go back to the parents setup page, and I'll show you how to do that in just a second. To select the students and the parents, it's the same way. If you select all of them, it will select all the students in that grade. It will not select all the parents for all the students because you may choose to have one of the parents chosen and not the other parent. So we'll go back to set up information for the parents. So we go back to Home, and you can go to Parents under the name of the school that you were just setting up an activity for. And you can enter the parents' names here. If you want to edit an activity, simply go and choose the activity under Open. Your activity name will show up here after you've set it up. And you can make whatever edits that you choose.